logically, you might see something and say like, oh, this feels like a scam. And we think that we're going to be really good in being able to identify something that's a scam. But when you put your emotions and your situation on the line, like a lot of that just logic kind of goes out the window, and they're selling you this big promise. But for, it doesn't work. And we've known people who've, the debt that they've gone into trying to get these things, and then not being able to afford the actual treatment that does do something. So that part's really tough. Like, what are some of the telltale signs that people can look out for? Because I think what is important, and I really hope people walk away from today, is to, once you have some tools and once you have a few things that you can really, and we will share all of these real specific tips that Benzi shares with us today with everybody. But once you have some of those, you're able to maybe take the emotion out of it. And when you see something, go to this checklist and say, does it cross any of these off? And maybe I need to look at it in a different way. So what are some of the signs?
Yeah, so I kind of, when I'm thinking about, kind of the cure for bullshit, one of the things that I would say is kind of developing an ability to see with the eyes of a skeptic. So you want to take a look at things skeptically, and I made, and actually in the Davis Phinney Foundation Victory book, in the appendix, there's a list, so you can also go there to find these tips. But one of the things that I created there was kind of a bullshit detector. So these are things, and I think once you read through the list, they'll make a lot of sense. And what I've actually found from talking to family, friends, and patients is that after they've read the bullshit detector, that they really are seeing bullshit in a lot of places where they didn't see bullshit before. So I would, we could kind of divide them up into a few categories. So one of those would be unbelievable hype, and I think the word unbelievable is telling you exactly what it means, that you shouldn't believe this. So, it's unbelievable that somebody's able to cure Parkinson's disease by a change in their diet. And it is unbelievable. So when you see certain words, revolutionary, miraculous, game-changing,
never before seen.
Yeah. So all of those things, should be tip-offs that you may want to look at it with greater scrutiny. You shouldn't just accept something unbelievable or a game changer on the face of it. The other thing that I think is really a telltale sign is that all the information is found at a single website, is coming from a single person. One of the hallmarks of good science is that things are replicable. Meaning that if I do an experiment here in Rochester, that somebody in Boulder and somebody in San Francisco would get the same results. And if you look at something like levodopa and you do randomized trials, like levodopa works no matter where you look. If you look at other things, as an example, one of the best-selling supplements for Alzheimer's disease is something called Prevagen, which claims to be evidence-based. There's been only a single study done of Prevagen, and that was done by the people who own the company that makes Prevagen.
Right.
It's never been replicated. There's nobody else in the world that I know of who is excited about it, with potential exceptions of maybe Amazon.com who's selling it, and other people. But there's no one in the scientific community who's very, very excited about it. I mean, so those are some tip-offs that you're dealing with unbelievable hype.